Of course, we've got all the gist for you right here, and time for entertainment news. And we start with Monalisa Chinda explaining her absence from Nollywood. Nollywood actress Monalisa Chinda has come out to explain why she has not been in our faces lately in movies. She made this known in a recent interview where she said that she is taking her time to delve into other parts of entertainment. She stated, "I'm not there on the screens as I used to be. I'm getting older and need to give room for the younger generations to take over. There are certain roles I can't do anymore. I am older now. For example, I can't be seen playing some significant roles made for the younger generation, like a young university student, but I can do stepmom, housemaid, boss lady, etc." She further made it clear that she will never go nude for any reason because nudity doesn't work here since we are Africans and our cultures are different. She then added, "For now, I am more about producing my own movies and my show. That's another reason I slowed down a bit. But this year, you would see me gracing more of your TV screens." Okay, so Monalisa right there.
Come back for Monalisa Chinda on your
What
TV
do you guys
screen.
think?
I think she's right, and I'm happy that she has the perspective of where she isn't feeling like she has lost it, because she hasn't. And I'm happy that Nollywood has left the stage where it used to be a thing where you see people like Monalisa Chinda playing university students. It was always funny. So I'm happy that the casting is better. I'm happy that the casting is not based on stardom ship, if there's anything like that. And I'm happy she recognizes that her roles can obviously change with time. She doesn't have to play a young person's role. She's just saying the truth, the way I see it. And I'm looking forward to seeing her back on the screen.
Yeah,
I like her energy.
Definitely looking forward to seeing Monalisa Chinda back on the screen, and of course, all the works that she's producing and says she's working on. I like the part where she talked about nudity, because that's like a conversation in the Nigerian music movie, saying that must you do all of these things to get recognized. Some are kind of like doing it, and she's just stating that she can never do it. She didn't do it when she was younger. Now that she's older, why would she do it?
Did she add that when she was younger? She only said that we're Africans.
So yeah, we're Africans, and for somebody that has said that, already had that notion. And I don't think I've seen any movie that Monalisa Chinda we go nude.
So she did not say that. And I think that it's about who we are. You remember when Cardi B came to Nigeria and people were saying that, what if it was Tiwa Savage who did this? That. You know, people would not, I mean, they would shout. But the thing is, we are Africans at the end of the day. So.
No, but regardless, it's a very good narrative to say that I'm standing for no nudity. And I think it's good for younger actors and actresses to be able to see somebody like this putting it forward that, yes, you might want to play a role, but you can actually say no to sex scenes. You know, maybe in the American, the Hollywood industry.
Who will now do the sex scenes now? Because we watch other movies and they go all the way.
Honey Pot, why are you so interested in that part?
Because I'm looking at,
I'm looking at OJ. Would the movie shift?
OJ will come and tell me that, they did everything in.
So we love Indian movies. Do you see things like that in
Indian
movies?
So we love American movies, but do you see things like that in American movies?
Because
and it does not promote a right culture. So that's what I'm saying.
And then you come and tell me that, they're putting everything. That why didn't they all go?
Because it's their culture.
Wow. You know what, guys?
Do you want to be watching Nollywood and your parents will say, hey, close your eyes, close your eyes.
Honey Pot needs to confess something to us.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're just going to move on to the foreign scene. Now, Mace calls out P. Diddy over publishing rights. American rapper Mace is calling out his former partner and boss, P. Diddy, for his alleged shady business practices. And it all started when P. Diddy called out the Grammy for overlooking rap and R&B musicians in major categories at the Clive Davis Pre-Grammys gala last weekend. Now, while Diddy was praised for criticizing the Recording Academy, Mace has called him out for not practicing what he preaches. In a lengthy post on Instagram, Mace stated, and I'm quoting, "Your past business practices knowingly has purposely starved your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain that Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label, for example. You still got my publishing from 24 years ago in which you gave me $20,000. According to Mace, he recently offered to buy back the rights to his music from Diddy for $2 million. And Diddy's response was, and I'm quoting, "If I can match what the European guy offered him, that will be the only way I can get it back. or else I can wait until I'm 50 years old and to revert back to me from when I was 19 years old. Wow. Now, Mace wrote, and I'm still quoting, "You bought it for about $20,000 and I offered you $20 million in cash. This is not black excellence at all." Mace, however, suggested that Diddy was hypocritical in voicing support for black entrepreneurship given their current publishing disputes, stating, "If it's about us owning, it can't be about us owning each other. No more hiding behind love. You change, so give the artists back their dollars so that they can take care of their families." Now, just so you know, Mace was one of the artists who became a star on the Bad Boy label, which also included Faith Evans, R&B group 112, and the late rapper Biggie Smalls. This is a lot. So I think it started from P. Diddy's speech at the pre-Grammys, where he was talking about how the artist needs to take control and how we need to, the Grammys doesn't still recognize black people in the R&B and hip-hop categories. And he was pushing out a right narrative. Which people loved. Which people loved. And surprisingly, Mace even performed in his honor at that same pre-Grammys. And then this is coming out. What do you think about it?
I think... So this was the conversation we had with Chinda-Coker about label and artists. I think Mace just used whatever Diddy's speech as a yardstick to speak out. It's still business after all is said and done. Diddy took a risk. That was the conversation we were having with Chinda-Coker. He took a risk signing you. You blew. He paid you. He paid you. Then now you're coming after many years that you want to pay him back for that money. Whereas there's somebody else who had paid more money for your catalog. So after all is said and done, it's still business. It's still business. Yes, I love Mace, but I don't think it's right to ask for it and put Diddy on blast right about now. That's what I just think.
Okay, so on Twitter, I saw this conversation going back and forth and people talking, you know, they were dragging the Nigerian scene into it. Like, can you see what is... And then we were talking about structure, and who would have thought that, yeah, in America, they have structure, and now this is happening. But this is very clear. I mean, this one is very clear. It's very different from the messy situation we always have in Nigeria. And a lot of people had to blame, you know, Mace for this, you know, at the end of the day. But it still boils down to read your contract very well and be a gentleman, like read it and go by whatever thing it says.
To be honest, I don't even think this one was about particularly reading the contract, because I believe that Mace knew what he was getting into when they signed the $250,000 deal in the 90s. Now, this is how many years later? If you look at Mace's you know, storyline. He has left the music industry in '97. He said he wants to be a minister, and he left again in 2007. His whole career has been shaking. He has been saying he doesn't want to do this music thing because he's leading people the wrong way. So now, why do you now want to buy these same worldly records 24 years later? Like, he obviously is not also very straightforward as a person, as a personality. And I don't blame Diddy for saying, no problem, you want this back? This offer is not good enough. You're offering $2 million. That's not what I want. Because so
we're talking black excellence. Diddy has been talking black excellence, but it's just stating it there that yes, you bought it. Diddy bought it from Mace. Diddy paid Mace $20,000. That was that year. Now Mace is coming back and saying, take $2 million for all my catalog. From there till now, $2 million. Come on now. Yes, I know Mace just capitalized using whatever Diddy was saying about black excellence. Artists, you have to take your right, but no, come on, no.
I think it's just very disappointing, Sha, at the end of the day, especially for somebody you have helped.
And somebody had a bigger offer. And after all is said and done.
Just because he wants more, more out of
business.
It. Yeah, sadly.
It's business. So Nigerian artists, after all is said and done, it's still business. Anyways, moving on to the final story. I was blatantly lied to and tricked by the Neptunes. This according to Kelly's. Yeah, still talking about artists picking up as regards publishing deals. American singer Kelly's has called out the Neptunes, which comprises of Pharrell Williams and his partner Chad Hugo, for allegedly not paying her from the sales of her first 2 albums. She made this known in an interview where she said she wasn't paid from the sales of her first 2 albums, claiming she was blatantly lied to and tricked. She further stated, and I quote, "I was told we're going to split the whole thing 33, 33, 33, which we didn't do." She was, however, asked if she would work with Pharrell or Chad in the future. She quipped, replying, and I quote, "There's having faith and there's just also stupidity." The Neptunes produced Kelly's album, Kaleidoscope, in 1999 and a second studio album, Wonderland, in 2001. So this one is well,
I mean, it's quite different from this
from
PDD and Mason, because if she's saying that they said 33, 33, 33, and they have a contract, it was not orally, there's a legal documentation backing this up, then she should take them to court. That's just it.
Like, how will you wait since then? And reading the interview, she was saying that she's cool with them, or she's not angry.
But this baffles me, because there are simple cases like this that you cannot just come here and be
truly
do the needful, like you know what to do. And this is even America. This is not Nigeria that, you know, the justice does not favor some people, or then you'll be there forever.
And it's Pharrell Williams. You can rip him off.
But it will be very disappointing at the end of the day, because I have huge respect for Pharrell. So it will be very, very disappointing if at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's a very heavy accusation. Yes, so there must be a grain of truth in this. And all I have to say is that if it is true, then she should take them to court.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the entertainment news.